Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Andy Matuschak. I work on the UIKit framework. And later I'm going to be joined by my colleague Colin Barrett, who also works on UIKit. And today we're going to talk about advanced iOS architectural patterns, which is going to sort of be a continuation of Bill Dudney's talk from this morning, the core iOS application architecture and patterns. We're going to be taking some of those ideas a little further. And just in case you didn't see that talk this morning, or even if you did, I want to tell a little story that explains, I think, how we all got here. So maybe you start off by yourself and the project starts small. You're well-intentioned. You're keeping everything orderly. You're adding features, and everything's still good. You add more features, and they kind of pile up, and you got momentum behind you now. You have all these users, and they're demanding you add some more developers, because maybe that'll help, but it doesn't seem to have quite the impact on your progress that you'd been hoping for. And you're making changes faster and faster, and bugs seem to be appearing faster and faster. And it seems like all you're doing is spending your time fighting bugs. And you think, OK, well, I'll knock a few down, and a few more come back. You're not adding new features. You add some unit tests to try to get a handle on what's going on here. Somebody's told you that's going to help things, but it seems to help initially, and then the bugs start coming back, and then you learn, actually, your unit tests can have bugs too. What do? People say, software architecture. You go, all right, cool, software architecture, all right. What's software architecture? You search around the internet, and you get a whole bunch of blogs. They're listing like, oh man, never do this stuff. It's going to make your architecture bad. And it seems like there's a lot of contradicting opinions. Some people say start small, and some people want to design everything up front. It seems like these discussions just keep coming back to taste, maybe dogma. All you really know, maybe, is that your taste is improving a lot faster than your ability. You can tell that something's starting to get smelly. You can tell you've got a problem, but maybe you don't know what to do about it. So we're going to try to help. We can only scratch the surface today. The idea is to take some time-honored concepts from computer science and software engineering and to present them hopefully less abstractly and in a way that might make sense to you as an iOS developer with your apps. Today we're hoping to provide insight, not dogma. We're not. I'm so glad to hear that. Epistemology is important. You need to know why you're having architectural problems, not just a bag of tricks that you can use when faced with any particular issue. That way, hopefully you'll have a real objective measure that you can use to compare approaches. That way, when your colleagues disagree with you, you can actually talk about what might be better and what might be worse and why, rather than just citing a bunch of catchphrases. All right, so today we're going to talk about 3 broad approaches that you can use to consider the complexity of your application and evaluate approaches to dealing with it. First, when we have tangled meshes of information networks like this, we're going to clean them up by actually designing the information flow in our application rather than just letting it grow ad hoc like a weed. And then, when our objects start to become amorphous blobs, we're going to separate them and actually define what their responsibilities are, and hopefully get each of those circles a little smaller. And finally, when the very ground seems to be shifting out from under you, we're going to take advantage of immutability, and in particular, some new features of Swift to really get a handle on things. So those are the big concepts from today.